At the end of last week, Donald Trump made two announcements on Truth Social that led to widespread mockery and ridicule because Trump was effectively backing out of every major commitment that he has this week. The first of which was, of course, him caving to his lawyers' actually smart demands that he cancel his Georgia press conference where he claimed he was going to present irrefutable proof of election fraud that he said would completely exonerate him. That was scheduled originally for 11 a.m. Eastern today, and unfortunately Trump now says, not going to do it. Instead, Donald Trump says they are just going to present this irrefutable evidence in their legal filings, which should have been the decision from day one. I mean, let's be real here. None of us actually think this man has any evidence whatsoever, because if he did, he would have actually presented it as soon as he got it. So, there's that. But more importantly, yes, you cannot try your case in public. It's not like Fani Willis was going to watch your press conference and be like, okay, you know what? We're going to drop the charges. No, if you have evidence that will lead to your exoneration, you don't do it in a press conference. You do it in a court of law. You bust into that courtroom, you throw it down on the table, you show it to the jury, you tell the judge this is all a farce. Look at all of this. I am right. They are wrong. Let's get this thing dismissed immediately. That's what Donald Trump's lawyers told him. And honestly, to my surprise, he listened to them. I did not think he would do it. Because, again, he had made his big grand announcement, told his supporters this is what's going to happen. They were excited. The lawyers were pissed. And he decided to go with the lawyers, which tells me he understands how much trouble he is in Georgia. Under ordinary circumstances that we have already seen in other areas of his legal problems, Trump doesn't listen to the lawyers at all. Like, he will do whatever the heck he wants to do. Lawyers be damned. I don't care what you say. So that was the first thing he backtracked on. And as I mentioned, folks all over social media were mocking him, laughing at him like, you have nothing. That's why you're canceling and all that. But for the sake of his trial, that was the smart decision to make. The second thing he backed out of, officially, I'm guessing at this point, is the Republican debate, because he sent out this post on Truth Social. People know my record, one of the best ever, so why would I debate? Let me tell you why you would debate. And this is a decision, by the way, that could easily come back to haunt him. Now, technically, he has until the end of the day today to make his final decision. So he could come back later today and say, you know what, I am in a debate. I don't want to miss out on it. But here's the thing. Donald Trump alleges in each one of these indictments that he's in that this is election interference. They're only indicting me because I am running for president. Well, guess what, folks? One of the things that comes along with running for president is participating in debates with your rivals, the people who do have the possibility of beating you in that election. If you're making decisions to not participate in the usual process, then it becomes harder for that defendant to go into court and say, you're interfering with my electoral process. Because the prosecution's going to be like, we want to move that you are not serious about this election because you have skipped all of these other events that the other candidates participated in. So how serious are you? Right? I mean, I know that's not exactly the most sound legal argument ever, but a good lawyer will be able to make that argument obviously much better than I can. If you're not actually participating in the things that go along with running a campaign, then you're not running a real campaign, and your argument of legal or electoral interference gets thrown out the window. So the Georgia decision was smart. Decision to skip the debate, not so smart. Because every single thing that Donald Trump does right now is under scrutiny by the courts. And if he does anything that suggests that he might not be as serious a candidate as possible, it's going to undermine one of the only defenses that he has left. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.